Sitting by the radio, only static in my ear, wondering if the bands will bring a voice so clear. If a signal breaks on through, it will spark a wreck, fresh and new. Static fades and hopes arise. Silent air now fills with cries, waiting for that perfect sound when a contact will be found. Bands go up and bands go down. Sometimes smile, sometimes frown. When the bands are open wide, and I hear a voice inside, my heart start racing true when I start a brand new at you.
Good evening. Welcome. Sunday Night Rag Chew.
Sorry, I'm participating in the conversation.
Howdy.
In the chat.
John, you hearing us okay?
There's a big Skittles discussion going on.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
on. I
gotcha.
haven't gotten into chat, guys. I had to reboot from Jason's stream. I don't know. I was really red. Not sure what was going on with my color.
Well, at least you
A
got
little
some
better.
color now.
I changed shirts. This is gray. The other one was green, so I don't know if there was too much green. I have no idea. Anyway, welcome. Let's see what we got here. Jump in. I missed like the first 30 minutes of Jason's stream. I was trying to get some stuff done, and since I'm going to be working straight for a week or so, a little over a week. Andy, welcome. Douglas, welcome. Brandon, good to see you. Oh, yeah, I met Brandon there. Yeah, I saw you in Jason's chat too. Dawn, good to see you. Justin, Mike, Coder Jim. We got Sean here and in chat. Pepe, good to see you. William, Rob, Roger, Ham Till It Hurts. Wilderness Frank, welcome. Hollywood, Ola, Ham Fam. And I'm a little bit behind here, guys, but I didn't want to not do a stream. I almost didn't do a stream. So I don't plan on going too long tonight. Let's see who else I missed here. Rob, I think I said Rob. If not, Rob, William, 45, good to see you. Wow, there's a lot of chatter already. Chris, Chuck. Wow, there's a lot. It's hard to keep up here. Do I have the normal potato color, Jody? It does. It's definitely not red like it was. But I did get a little sunburn, so maybe there's some of that in there. Hey, Dale, welcome. Sweet Tab Fab FAFO, Ronnie, and KY4 TRK. Welcome. Yo. Dave, Mesh Dealer Dave. And Bricker, to see you. And Jeff, I think I've caught up. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Lester, sorry if I missed anybody, guys. There was a lot of chatter. Welcome. So as you can see tonight, and it's kind of, for some reason, it's larger than it needs to be. I don't know why that is. That's weird. Let me... I must have it, the other one zoomed in when I used the other background. So let me zoom this in. There we go. That's a little better. All right. And then now I can get rid of the Rag Chew crew over. It's hanging over. Get rid of that hanging over Michael. All right. There we go. Now we're going. How's everyone doing tonight? Tonight, I'm just going to do a fairly quick stream. Go over some of the stuff we did at Moore Expo. Just a few pictures. I don't have a ton of pictures. I took a lot of videos. What I want to do is put together a video of brief videos and some photos of what I saw, some of the cool rigs. The one behind me, my screen, is not something I saw. That is me taking my, and it made mine a TRD. Mine's not a TRD. It's a TSS SR5. But I wanted to get some ideas of what mine might look like, my 24 Tundra, if it's lifted with the wheels. There was actually a few Tundras there, so it gave me a little hope is if I keep this one or if I trade it back for an older Tundra, we'll see. Or even a Tacoma, I'm not sure yet. But I'm leaning more and more towards keeping the 24 Tundra because of some of them I've seen. I saw at Moore Expo and they looked pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see. How's it going, Michael?
Hey, how's it going?
We're getting rid of the Jeep idea?
It's always possible. A Gladiator, always possible. We'll see. I'm an honest Jeep lover. I'm honest in that I know that they, in general, end up having more issues than compared with Toyota. But we'll see. It doesn't mean I don't like them.
Yeah, Toyota's changing lately. They're starting to lean towards the subscription stuff, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's another thing. If I keep this one, it's got, because they give it its own phone number, basically. It's got its own. And to do remote unlock and, a lot of remote stuff is an extra $15 a month.
Well, the fact that I've already paid for everything that's in the vehicle, I should have access to everything that's in the vehicle. The heated seats, if it's something they have to constantly update, kind of like self-drive or something like that makes sense. But if it's something like, your heated seats or road dampening or anything like that, don't charge me a subscription. That is ridiculous.
Well,
make it worth something if you're going to charge a subscription.
Yeah, and it's hard for a 24 Tundra owner to say anything bad about Jeep and its reliability because my entire engine has to be replaced. So there's that.
That's a big thing.
Yep. American-made Toyota Tundra, San Antonio.
Yep.
Mine is in a series of engines on an assembly line that they've found, 12, 13, 14,000 engines with shavings in it. And here's where Toyota stands out. Unlike other manufacturers who had the same thing and just told people to put thicker oil in it, Toyota is replacing the entire engine of every engine that's in that serial number series, and mine is in it. So I either return it for something different or I get a new engine put in, I guess. So we'll see. I was going to show all the stickers, but there were so many stickers. It's an expo like other expos. So I got tons of stickers, tons of cards. I'm not going to go through all of them. I will say in a patch.
Wow.
Let's see here.
I still haven't got you my sticker, Paul. I haven't seen you.
Yeah, I know. I've been busy. Anyone can name that movie? I've been busy.
Okay, now we're bashing Fords.
So they have their little magazine, and then you get a free subscription to Dirt, DYRT, which is kind of cool.
But
it's Moore Expo in Missouri. It's every year. This is my second year. The other guys have gone 3-4 years, I think. The ham community is growing. Let me show a few pictures real quick before we go into videos. What are we talking? Oh, we got a car thing going.
Yes, we did. The Ford.
We got a car thing going now. We got a car thing going now.
Well, you can talk about Ford too, but check out. I think both Bill and Jason's Fords are going to go forever. Don't know if I have a picture of it,
but
I think I have a picture of it. I can't remember.
Gray Man, I drove a Ford Crown Vic for many years.
I drove a Ford Exploder, so.
And
so on the Ford issue, we have a Ford Edge. Not their smallest, but kind of between the smaller and the Explorer. And the car had 40 or 50,000 miles in it, and the water pump started to leak. And I find out the water pump is supposed to last 100,000 miles. The water pump started to leak. And so we took it in. And I normally do water pumps, but we were taking it in for the oil change and the registration and all that, or the inspection and oil change. And I said, hey, what would it cost to change out the water pump? Thinking it would be cheap. I've probably done 10 or 15 myself. You buy the pump for $50 to $80. and it's not too difficult. But what Ford decided to do in these cars is set the engine sideways. So instead of the fan belt and all that being in front of the engine where the pump would be simple to access and change, they put it on the side. It's about 3 inches away from the suspension system. So to change the water pump in a Ford Edge, which now the car is maybe worth $6,000, you have to drop the engine to change an $80 water pump. They wanted $3,200 to change a water pump in a car that's worth $6,000.
Was that the dealership price?
That was not the dealership price.
Okay, because my brother got it done for a lot less than that. So
A Ford
still
Edge
over
water
$2,000.
pump?
It was a Ford Explorer, and it was over $2,000.
Well, I don't know if they had to drop the engine, but the Ford Edge, you have to drop the engine. So don't tell me that Ford doesn't do stupid things, because they did a stupid thing in this Edge. A water pump shouldn't cost that much.
Well, it's like BMW. They're going to charge you hundreds and hundreds of dollars to change a light bulb. The reason doing usually you have to take the car apart to get to it.
Yeah.
A turn signal light.
So we'll see. I've got 7 months to make my decision. If I find a really good 2017 to 2021 Tundra, possibly Tacoma, I may swap it out. The reason I prefer Tundra is the interior size of the truck. So let me go to my pictures, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll just select a window so that instead of going through OBS, so we can have the full
experience of it.
So this is the back of my Tundra. That mattress is a California King 3-inch memory foam topper folded in half. I can't fit that in a smaller car. And I slept in the back of my cab in my Tundra on the last night I was there on Friday night. I had taken all my tent and everything down because it was supposed to be stormy. I already lost my canopy. 2 of the legs of the canopy stayed staked in. The other 2 legs didn't. And the canopy folded over on itself. So those 2 legs bent completely over. I ended up throwing the whole thing away. And so I slept here, and everything stayed dry, and I slept better in the cab of my Tundra on 6 inches of memory foam than I did in my tent on the memory foam. So there's something to be said for larger cab vehicles. Now, if I set up my truck the way I'd like to with a truck bed tent or some type of cab canopy tent / whatever, then that's where I would sleep, and I wouldn't need it, and I could have a Tacoma or something smaller. But Mike, on the 2022s and newer, I believe it's 11,000, which is a little less than the previous V8s. Now, there was a guy next to me who had a 23 Tundra, I think, basically the same. And he was towing a hiker trailer, which are the smaller camper trailers. And I asked him if he had to engage, if turbo engaged, or if he had to engage the towing switch, and he had no price. He said, nope, turbo never engaged. He never switched the tow switch. I don't know what his hiker trailer runs. I don't know what those are. You'd have to look. But he said it didn't struggle. It didn't engage towing, or it didn't engage the turbo. I'm sure for something that's pushing 9, 10, 11,000, the max, it might have to do something. But for that hiker, which is kind of the size we're looking for, it didn't need to tow. But the tow, I don't remember the tongue weight, but the towing weight was 11,000 pounds, I believe.
Okay. My mom has no, she doesn't. She's got the Cadillac. No, it's Lincoln. She's got either the MKT or the MKX. I can't remember which one. It's the mid-size sedan, or I guess small-size SUV. And $8,000 change. That's nice. Inside the block.
I'm not sure why this isn't letting me. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let me just go through the few. I just have a few pictures. So that's Hillbilly Ham channel, Dave on my right, on our view left, and that's Andy N0APX from World Radio League. He also makes the biscuit antenna and ham radio prep. So he was out there they were giving away free. He set up a table. He was giving away free study guides for Tech General and Extra, which was kind of cool. So it's good to see
Very
them.
cool.
That's the group pick. Tim should have been there. Tim's missing. Julie was someone else that was there. I think she's just technician. I can't remember. Sometimes it was hard to find Julie. I'm not sure what she was doing, but this is kind of the ham crew minus Tim. So you got Kyle over there on the left, Rob, me, Jason, Jeremy, who I'd met with his sweet dog, Hector, and then Bill on the far right in his kilt. In his tactical. Yep. There was a lot to be said there. I'm hoping that maybe on Jason's stream, the 30 minutes before I joined, they talked about that. So there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about there.
Well, at least he was well ventilated.
Yeah, it was interesting. Let's see. Am I missing any questions? I saw the towing capacity one. Yeah, I will definitely look more into towing capacity and at what point the towing switch needs engaged, at what point turbo might be used, because I really don't want to be using all that. Yeah, Kyle's next to me there, next to Rob, Digital Rancher. There's Jeremy, Bid 5. Jeremy's in the channel, or in the chat. We'll make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, I'm looking through to see if I missed anything.
Yeah, Jeremy, I would say that, and that's something. Jeremy has a really nice. Now I just want to say Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma. Kyle has a nice Tacoma. They both got nice Tacomas. So, when I look at their setup, I would be perfectly happy in a Tacoma. Although I wouldn't have as big a space inside, but they're smaller. I like the external size of Tacoma and the internal space of Tundra. They are much better. I'm just scrolling back here. They're much better. Tundras are much better. Kind of more of the Jeep size that does a lot better in off-road trails and off-roading, more technical trails. In general off-roading, they're fine, but when you get more narrow trails, you got a wider Tundra. The branches and tree limbs and stuff are going to be scratching the sides of your truck. So Tacomas are better for that.
So apparently, I brought that one up out of context. It was a relationship to the hiker next to you. So, sorry. I'm sorry if I messed it up, guys. By the way, if you open the hood of a Tacoma and you look at the engine cowling in the front portion there is a taco imprinted on the engine there, or on the fan cowling. So, little tidbit there.
All right. So I think
Toyota offer a 2500.
Hmm?
I don't think so.
I don't know what the larger TRD Pro is engine capacity wise.
So that'd be like a half-ton truck. I think the Tundras are all quarter-ton, my understanding. I could be wrong, but there is a hiker that's coming out, and there's some others that are coming out here soon.
So the towing capacity of the new Tundra 1175, payload 1600. Now, when you get the TRD Pro, of course, that's 25,000 more than mine. You do get some extra things, but the torque on the twin turbo V6, this is the hybrid, which isn't in mine. This isn't a TRD Pro. The i4 Max has a 583 foot-pound, 2400 RPM torque, 10-speed transmission, 437 horsepower, 5.7 seconds, 0 to 60. I will say this, they're fast.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, that's what I was trying to think of as the Hilux. The Helix. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Let's see my other photo. We got Tim's. I ducked Tim's Bronco because he hates that about Jeeps. I put that duck in. I was hoping he wouldn't see it till later. I put it behind his speaker there.
Well, Tim,
it's now got a severed head and it's sitting on the dash, I think. Whoa.
Tim, for those who hate ducking, I saw somebody with a Jeep put a sign up and it says, "Please no ducks, liquor bottles only." And they were covered in little liquor bottles.
So here's a previous gen Tundra with probably the V8 in it with a nice setup, a really beautiful setup.
Oh, nice.
wheels, lift, everything. You'll see I'd be perfectly happy in that as well. But again, these are much wider trucks than Tacomas and Jeeps and such. I'm not sure how wide is the Bronco. It seems a lot wider than others. I think it's a little bit wider than Jeeps and Tacomas, but all that does is give you more space inside, which I like. And then my temporary shoes, that was mostly for Kyle. Let me stop sharing. And did we lose? I guess we lost him permanently, huh?
Yeah. He was having some problems. He's not in his normal setup, he said. The Hilux are not legal in the US of A. I think some rule changes have happened by executive order. I do know the K trucks are coming over, and I think the Hilux is one of those that they're going to be bringing over.
Yeah, let me try to show a few of these, and they're going to have just noise audio in the background. I wanted to do some videos instead of pictures, and then put that video together. So here's a Tacoma, like a Tacoma flatbed with I think that
I
was
like
a
that
Tacoma.
color.
Yeah,
I real like that color.
carbon fiber air induction
Oh,
hood,
black and white.
flares. Yeah,
Or black and green.
really cool slide out back, flat top with drawers underneath the bed frame that you can put the tent on top. So that one was really cool. This was another one. This was a 4Runner, which are nice because, you know, everything's weather protected inside. But
Now,
I need a truck.
Is this a company that does outfitting on a car like that? Do the full thing, or
I don't know what those are. Here's the Tundra on the other side of those cars.
I like that color in video, but I was, seeing it in person, it has to grow on me a little bit.
Got the winch built into the steel bumper, some lights, the full topper there, put a tent on there. He's got the, so this would be kind of ideally what I would be putting together on mine. Those fender flares with that design only come with the TRDs. Got the jack, tire, everything in the back. He doesn't have anything in the trunk or in the bed, but that's fine. I mean, you can add that stuff later. But yeah, so I'll probably start with the bed rack and go from there.
That's too shiny to have anything in the bed.
Yeah, here's a nice Jeep, Wrangler, and I don't know the JK and all. I don't know those letters.
Okay, I'm impressed to be able to set all that up and not damage either unit. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's called flexing. You'll see that a lot at off-road shows and Jeep shows and stuff. And you have to, I can release mine won't flex that much, but I can release my, I got the quick release on, can't think of the word now. Maybe someone can tell me. I got the quick release on my little rods, so I can flex some, but not that much. I've never tested it. Maybe I should test it. Let's go to this one.
That is a good point.
What's that? 99%
of these vehicles will never actually see off-roading.
Yeah. Now you see what's cool about this kind, another Tacoma here, is see how you got the, oh, I'm not hitting the right button.
Oh, I like that pop-up, that hard shell type tent. I like that.
Yeah, so this is what I want. I want to be able to open and close it and weather seal it. So I used to have a Dodge Dakota, and I had a canopy that I used to camp in the canopy. My air mattress went in. That's where I camped. Back to Texas State Parks. That's what I used a few times. So this is a really nice setup. I don't have prices as I go. I'm just going to kind of show off some of these cool things. This is what I've always wanted all my life to fix up. Now this one is a little too rusted, but
is that rust, or is that paint to make it look like rust?
No, it's rust. And if you look in the bed back here, he's got like standing water in the bed. There's no drainage. Oh, there's Sean. You can actually still buy Willys kits from Philippines. They still make Willys kits.
Have you ever seen how they shipped those during World War II?
In the boxes?
Yeah, it's truly amazing, and I think there's still a few out there, but they have them displayed in museums like that. Some people
Mhm.
have them in their private collection, still in the box.
Yeah, so I was going to buy this, but I didn't have a $420,000 limit on my credit card. So check this rig out. There was two like this. This guy was just standing there. I don't know why. Like, be nice if you let other people go in. Raptor or Rhino lined the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
The box is a composite.
Oh, that's trying to look like a storyteller or Earth Roamer. It's called Wonder Box. Okay, I gotta look that one up. I'm not used to that.
Ooh, those are fun.
Yeah, there was another one that was bigger. I like this one because it showed the price tag.
Well, at least it's on an F5 F600 rather than an F550.
Yep.
There's limits to the very models.
Let's see, which one was that?
And I can speak from experience. F550s are no fun to drive when you're in the
So now this one,
story time will come later in the video.
this one was small, but wait till you see the interior. I want to say it was Rob that told me this one. These smaller ones are a little bit cheaper. You can get them, 10,000 to 50,000, right? They're really nice.
Yeah,
they're smaller.
Drops are like 26,000 nowadays.
This one, if I remember right, I think Digital Rancher Rob told me that's custom leather in there. It's all custom inside. This is like a This is $69,000 if I remember right.
And I could tow it with my Exploder.
And you could probably, most people could probably sit up in it, maybe with hunched over a little bit. $69,000 or somewhere around there.
Good Lord.
Custom full grain leather. I mean, it was, if you got the money and this is the size you want, well, look up Sherpa and you guys maybe can find the price of that one. Here's another one with the annex. You have a place to kind of come out, stand up, get dressed, changed, keep the dirty stuff out. This is kind of the size we're looking at to kind of get going into it because we don't have land, so I can't really buy a trailer and park it anywhere. Good storage. These are nice sizes if you don't want something to stand up in.
Australian made. Australians made some pretty cool trailers. Paul, we didn't feature on the video, but you do remember that one that we saw at the RV show a while back, had the independent suspension?
Yeah, here's a storyteller.
Oh, okay, there you go.
They didn't have the price on it, so I don't know how much it was.
On a Unimog.
Oh, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, Unimogs are pretty nice. They're not a high-speed vehicle by any means, but they can transverse a lot. I mean, if you want to go across the desert or something, Unimog's a good way to do it.
Did you see how big the tire was?
I bet it has a built-in winch.
So just look at
there's an electric winch on there.
Look at that guy standing there above his waist. He's not quite there yet, but
holy cow!
Was Earth Roamer out there?
I don't recall names, to be honest. I didn't even realize this was the storyteller you were talking about.
That's not the particular storyteller I was talking about. They kind of compete with Earth Roamer on a lot of their vehicles, but Earth Roamer's got some nice ones. They got a larger size one it's on a Chevy chassis, but it's like a 6500 Chevy. And it's actually, you can drive it with a Class C license because it's under 26,000 pounds.
Yeah, there's been a lot more newer Tundras out there, so I kind of felt like, okay, maybe I could stay with this one. Let's see. Sorry, the play button is hidden here. What is that?
What do you think of that color, Paul?
I'm doing a lot of things. I like a lot of things trim orange now. I've been getting caps and shirts and things with orange trim, but I don't know that I could do an entire car orange. I'm not sure. It just depends.
That would definitely be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to adjust your audio just a little bit.
Now, what's cool about these types, how it pops up and then it folds in flat to protect the canvas and all that. what these do is when you come into your cab, I'm going to forget the brand name now. The one that Rob Digital Rancher likes that I like too, but it's just a lot more money than I wanted to spend. I'll have to find it. So when you get in here, you lift this up and you can stand in this. And then the base of the tent up here is, this one is probably 3 parts as well. The farthest part over towards the cab is a twin size, kind of a twin size bed. And then once you get up there, you can lay down another 1 or 2 parts to make a full king size or larger bed up there. And then you just lift up the panels and then you can stand here inside your camper, kind of like the old school campers that were all one piece that you could stand in. They had kitchens and all that.
Right.
So they're making them a lot more compact, but they're kind of, making them a little more versatile in that sense.
Yeah, everybody's discussing the color now. It's called electric something, and it looks really good on camera. It's just in person, it looks very different.
Yeah, that one's a little bit
So,
blood orange. Not really
I really liked it when I saw the reviews coming out, when the new tenders and tacos coming out. But it looks really good on camera, and I got to get used to it in person though.
So that's the a picture I took because it was the same year of mine. Now this is a TRD, again, TRD Pro, but he had a little bit of a lift, bigger tires. I've got a better step up, but looks nice. So we'll see how we go with my truck going forward. And I not upload trying to find the one that, shoot, is Digital Rancher in here? I forgot the name of that one.
I have not seen Rob.
It's in my head, and I know I took pictures. Oh, here, let me go through some of my cards. I know it's in here somewhere.
He hasn't made his decision yet, EWT. He's still working on it.
Yeah, he's still debating. He's still debating.
It's hard for me as a Jeep lover but I know that Toyotas are solid vehicles.
That is true.
And I'm getting old. I can't work on mine forever. All right. Well,
what is an cab? What is that?
Thank you. Who said that?
Vid5 said it. Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Bill said it too.
Oh, is Bill in? Okay, yeah.
No, they're all asking him about it.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
Nightcraw's not a Jeep fan at all.
Yeah, see, this is beautiful. I'd be very happy with that. But your overall, and I don't remember exactly with everything, even in the truck. I mean, this overall, this thing's probably $150,000 of money put into it.
Right.
Let me see here. Yeah, EOD, you're right, and that's the only negative that I can think of with Solid is a potential death wobble, but it's I've only had it once, and it was in my old XJ. Once I lifted it 4.5 inches and put big tires on it. But I think as long as you keep your alignment good and your ball joints good, I don't think you're going to have much problem with any kind of death wobble with Jeeps and solid front axles. Let me find out, you cab. I've got the paper on it, the breakdown. Moved all these stickers and now they're sticking to my arm. Alucab or Alicab? Alucab. Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's it. All right. Now this one, I 100% agree with Rob, Digital Rancher. Hey, look, it's a Bronco, Tim. Oh, never mind. The Bronco's gone. Let's go back to Tim's Bronco. Let's give some. We don't want to throw all shade at Broncos. So we can search here. Oh, look, Toyota's at top.
What are you looking at?
And Tundra's at bottom.
You're not sharing.
That's right. I'm just like, I thought I was sharing.
No.
You were, but you stopped.
I didn't think I canceled that.
You did.
or Michael did.
Nope.
Okay.
Me.
All right, so you can
I'm just
you
a
can
whipping boy.
put your vehicle in, and so here's the cab here, the canopy. I mean, and this is all solid stuff, and I believe, if I'm correct, it's out of South Africa. As we went around it, Rob kind of introduced a lot of stuff to me and explained a lot of stuff to me. But
See, I like that, the bottom right.
So see, even if I just started with the canopy and just maybe over time built it up, and then here's the one that goes over the cab here. Here's the full family tent. It folds out sideways, and this one here is these. I think he said it's full size. Like you could easily fit 2 people in this one. They got a lot of stuff. Flip out sides. I don't really want the sides with the modular things and things stuck on the outside. I don't really want to do that. Inside storage. They've got so much. It's insane. The prices are not cheap, but it is. I will say this: it's quality.
Sometimes you gotta pay for the good stuff.
Yeah. So let's see if we can see any kind of price. Let's just look at the cab or canopy. I mean. So long bed, I don't think mine's 5.5 inch. I don't think it's.
That's not. You don't have a long bed. You do not have a long bed.
Where is the?
Well, you got it's a 6-foot bed.
No, 5.5.
No,
5.5. Yeah. You really can't get the long beds anymore. I think the only truck manufacturer that's really doing long beds now is Dodge. They're doing the 8-foot beds now.
No, you can still get 8 foots from Chevy and Ford.
So is it
maybe in a dual configuration, but not in a.
No, even in singles, you can still get the 1500s and
okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Toyota no longer does 8-footers.
Is it considered
correct
full size then? The normal bed?
No, yours is still considered a short bed.
Well, yeah, but I don't see short bed anywhere. I think they consider 5.5 or 6 as normal beds.
It depends on the company.
Yeah.
There's no other size. I'm gonna guess full size.
Go look at it and see what size it covers.
Because I put my truck in, so let's see. Yeah, it fits both the 5.5 and the 6.5.
Okay, so there you go.
See, product inquiry. They're probably not going to tell me the price.
No. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah, usually that's the case for me. But you can see really nice. And oh my gosh, I hate when it does that. Let's go. How do I go back? Products. Here we go. All right, let's look at that one that was all set. It's the whole. I got to put it back in. Are you serious? Let's just look at the whole sets. There's awnings, kayak accessories. I'd like to just see one that's complete. Conversions, maybe? No, that's not it. Guess I got to put it all back in there. Any other questions or anything?
No, I think those look definitely interesting.
Somebody
I'm a fan
of did Broncos. That was the first year. I've sat in some of those Broncos, the new ones at the State Fair a year or two ago. Oh, did you see any Freedom campers?
I got to see what it looks like. Yes. And this may be what I end up getting. That's actually, thank you for knowing the name of it, because I'd have to look at and find the brochure.
Ooh.
So these are, let's see, there's some that are larger that go on trailers that you pull, and there's some that just fit in your bed, and they're basically a place for you to sleep.
It's just, it looks like some kind of panels, like insulation panels.
Yeah, here's the one that goes in it. This just sits on a trailer.
Oh, that's kind of a cool concept.
And hooks to it. So, yeah. Or you got the ones that are smaller, fit in the truck, or a little bit longer, truck bed down.
Do they have weight to them?
I think
Like can you easily get it in and out of your vehicle?
the smaller one, I was told this one, yes. This can not too difficultly with 2 people be pulled out of the truck.
Nice.
But that's the smallest one. So, and then look, they got the price here. So if you want to, if I just want something in the truck, get going, have a place to sleep, I guess that's a good place to start too. I was going to actually look into these. And then they have the one that goes into, and this is a Texas company. Oh, that's cool. So they've got it in the trailer, but they've got the smaller one, a bigger trailer with all sorts of stuff. Oh, that's cool. So there's a lot of ways to use this company. Tuska. That's the name I remember. The Tuska trailer. And then you can see right here.
They're out of Fort Worth.
This one goes into, like mine doesn't have any kind of bed pockets or anything. So it just bolts into the truck bed loops. And so pretty easy setup. Yeah, I saw them. I thought they were very cool. And that actually came more into the price range of me getting started so that I can actually have something. But something that I can take off and put in my garage because I'm still in an HOA. So. And if need be, if I get something different, you can always sell it. So yeah, that's a cool one as well. And being in Texas, I could probably just go pick it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't need delivery. You can just drive.
Yeah, it's in Fort Worth.
So yeah, these are kind of cool too. These are kind of the old school full camper. And then I think it pops up. See if it pops up. Yep. Pops up. There's your tent. And you can enter from the tailgate and you can have standing room and then sleep on the top and you can still have storage. So these are really cool. All right. Anything else someone was talking about?
Nothing so far.
A deer blind on wheels. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right, Jeremy. But if someone had a truck, if that's what they wanted, instead of like a tent, I had a truck bed tent that would actually work, but then you can't really use the truck. You got to take the tent down. So
yeah, you weren't too thrilled with that last year.
It works great to camp if you don't want to use your vehicle while you're camping. And it wasn't too terribly difficult to put together. So let me go over a couple things.
I know you didn't seem thrilled about that bed tent you had though.
Yeah, because I couldn't use the truck. But I was with other people at Moore last year and I didn't need it because other people could use their trucks, so I didn't really need it. If we needed to go somewhere, someone else could drive. So I'll just go over a couple things I got. I didn't get a lot. I got a magnetic Ojo mag. Bolts into somewhere in your vehicle and 3-sided magnetic to have quick access to a fuel.
I want one of those in mine. Those are very cool.
There, maybe you can see it there. Can you see it down? Can you make me larger there?
Sure.
You can see that there. Trying to get the light out of it.
Sorry, kind of. Good grief, Mike. Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah, bolts in and magnetic, real strong magnetic holding.
Yeah, I need one of those.
I think everybody needs one of those.
The Flint fire starters I had were Flint on one side, fire starter on the other, and the Flint had broken off. The rod broke off. I was so happy to see this paracord with the knot. I can't remember what you call this.
It's a square knot.
When they knot up the paracord, I think they call this cord. Don't they call this something? This lanyard.
It's a square knot.
Okay, and just a real nice big Flint stick, and then this comes with it. The little this way.
Oh, fire starter. Cool.
Blackbeard fire starter. So you can
Blackbeard.
You can take this off, and I think it's got four winded rope. You can just take one off or cut some off and start it there. So that was cool.
Hey, Paul, what brand
Yeah.
was that? Was a PP holder?
Kojo.
KOJO?
COJO.
COJO. You got to pull it away from the camera.
COJO.
All right.
Out of Louisiana. There's a QR code.
Chris, no, that was not a Cobra braid. I can go grab something that is a Cobra braid, but that was a square knot. That was a square
if you
braid.
go, Hamptail Hertz has a good point here. If you go off road with a trailer, get a good articulating. Also, has anyone tried the A-frame pop-up truck camper?
I have not. I'd have to look that up.
So,
yeah, if I got one, actually, Jeremy, he's in the chat here. He has this Tacoma with a woolly. I think he said they don't make them anymore, but sure someone makes something similar. Woolly something. It was a woolly worm. What are those woolly worms called? Jeremy's gonna have to say it in chat. Which I really liked, and the wheels were almost the size of his Tacoma wheels. Our 4Runner. I don't know why. I keep thinking of Kyle's Tacoma. Sorry, Jeremy. He has a 4Runner, and the wheels on his trailer were about the size of his 4Runners, and at real good. So when I was driving behind him, I could see there's no wobbling at all. So even though it was a smaller trailer with the tent on top, it was solid. So
Taxa Woolly Bear off road.
Yeah, Woolly Bear. Let's just maybe give an image of it. I thought I took a picture, but I couldn't find it.
Bill's with us.
Yeah, I think this is kind of it, right? Let me go share this again.
No, Chris, you're good. Cobra knot's usually the common knot you hear with paracord, but
oh, look at that!
Ooh.
So see, what's cool about this is, it's got all the containers and compartments and things down here. It's got space inside, and then your tent is on top. And if you need to use the vehicle, guess what? You just level it and take it off your vehicle and drive away. So those are nice. This is kind of my idea of how I may start, is just something like this, because then you got the storage, you got everything, and you still have the storage of my truck bed, and I can detach and use my truck. So yeah, this was really cool.
So what's the weight of a woolly bear? Just curious.
There you go. There's a picture of Jeremy going up a trail. Just kidding.
No, that's cool.
What's that?
That would be cool.
Yes. See, to me, this is great. This is what if I don't have it built into the truck bed, this is what I would want, because then you could detach and use your truck.
Yeah, I could easily pull that with my Explorer. So
yeah, you could easily pull that with a car.
Yeah.
Scott, a cabin with a bed. Hey, yeah, that's good too. Let me pull up a couple of these.
You just need to get an earth roamer, Scott. That's what you need.
Overland. Is that this right here?
Overland, the Blackwater tanks are all 5 gallons. Anything overland.
Is that Overland?
They're made right.
Rustic Mountain. What? Rustic Mountain Overland. Dud. Is Overland a brand? Overland trailer is the way to go?
No. Overland is a type of recreational vehicle. So it can usually has 4-wheel drive. It can go off road.
Oh, I understand the meaning of Overland. I thought it was a brand. Overland.
No.
All right.
Not that I know of.
Patriot trailers. Go Patriot trailers.
Real quick, Paul. Yeah. Bill says he's safe. Made it home. Or where?
All right, Bill.
He's in Tennessee.
Were you still driving, Bill, during Jason's stream?
You couldn't tell? Even I could tell that.
Yeah, I mean, see, even building something like this, I've even thought of going with a smaller one and building something out like that. But then you got to build it all out, and that's, Is it really end up worth it? You know,
building a cargo trailer it's a pain. I mean, it's cool because you can do what you want and set it up how you want to, but at the same time, you buy the trailer and then you put more work into it, and sometimes the work you put into it, you might as well have just bought an actual trailer, RV trailer.
These are the ones.
Hamnetics is saying Warhorse Overland is the brand.
So these were the ones we were kind of leaning towards. Kyle has one of these. Julie, who was also there, has one of these. There's a kind of a community for this, and they're not really overpriced, and you can customize them. I think we were looking at this XL, I think is what he has. And you can actually go online here and customize it. I customized it, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 months ago, exactly how I wanted it, with everything I wanted. And it was about $17,000. With the axle, all that. Well under my towing capacity. I think someone said that earlier, about 2,000 pounds. So, you know, or if we found one that's used, it's got, most everything I want for a cheaper price, we can go with that as well. But there's a lot of options out there. I forgot the name of it. I was going to pull some up for Scott, but what's the state park he always goes to?
Eisenhower?
Yes, thank you.
Bespoke is nice, but you may be running into replacing things if something breaks.
Yeah, so there's always this option. Oh, that's the Airbnb. Why don't they give me the thing that I want first?
Because that would make too much sense in Google's life.
Yeah, this is another option. Get a cabin at a state park.
Yep.
I did that at Lake Bob Sandlin. I enjoyed that during a Texas state park.
Some of the cabins are kind of roached out, but others of them are very, very nice.
Yeah, it just kind of depends. Yeah.
Woolly Bear.
Depends on the state park and who's in charge of the cabin.
You ever checked out Mammoth Overland, Paul?
Mammoth Overland. That sounds familiar.
And there was another person that was mentioning Warhorse Overland.
Warhorse?
Yeah. Where'd it go? Hamnetics was.
Oh yeah, Warhorse. That's the kind of the size I could look at. Let me go back and share that again.
Yeah, you stop sharing.
Just keep us over there, Paul.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
Warhorse?
size. Yeah, this is Warhorse.
Okay.
That's very nice. Lockable, nice. I'm assuming steel or at least aluminum or something. Lockable cabinets, good.
What is Mammoth?
Molly, got modular Molly style panels you can add. Yeah, that's good. I like those. Mammoth. Yep, that's a good size.
Oh yeah,
That looks fun.
like the ones we were looking at the RV show.
Got cool little windows there at an angle facing
Some
up.
of the teardrops are very nice, but some of them are running like $20,000-$30,000.
Well, that's the problem.
Right.
A lot of them like this are going to run $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that.
All
Yeah.
Universe is mentioning the A-liner. That's kind of a foldable looking type of trailer.
But these have a lot of options for sure. Oh yeah,
There
that
you go.
just put it out of my view. That's insane
Daggum.
for a camper that you can't sit up in.
It looks like a turbo generator trailer.
And I don't say that to disparage any of these because it's probably a very well built thing. I say that because that's way out of my price range. Some of
You're
us
going to pay for quality.
You get a
lot of Class C's now, and they're using staples on everything. Paul, we did that RV trip last year, a year before.
Yeah.
Just looking, and then unless you get like a Grand Design Series M Class B plus, then you start getting the dovetails and everything that's made to last longer. but those are running well north of $200,000 for a much shorter Class C. But
Well,
they're
see,
made
look,
well.
see, look at this. There's a woolly bear. Because I think you did say someone else is selling them, so evidently this must be them. AXA Outdoors.
That's
So you got to
14
find a
grand.
dealer. So 14 grand. That's a great setup. That's an affordable. I look at that as affordable. Is it the top notch, best built,
Now,
whatever?
what
Probably
type
not.
of what type of suspension are they putting on those things? Because
I don't know yet. I haven't scrolled down. But this is the
Or
one.
are they?
Okay, no, it's got struts there. So
Okay.
Yeah, this is similar to Jeremy's.
That's not what I thought. That's not what I was thinking.
And I think it was you, Jeremy, that mentioned getting brakes. I think was it? Somebody else mentioned.
That's more just airbags on that particular one, but
That one's airbags, yes. But yeah, trailers with brakes
that
actually
must be
is a
chains.
good idea.
That must be chains I'm looking at.
No, there's something here. I can't tell what, unless it's stabilizing or something. I don't know. Can't tell. This is great. This works for me. Get an awning on the side here.
Yeah, Hamtail Hurt says, is that an awning or is that a water bladder? Maybe an awning. Does somebody say have a water bladder that is pressurized?
Yeah.
So you have pressurized water.
I found a guy on YouTube that shows you how to make one.
Oh.
With PVC pipe.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
Down.
Yeah. You're over unmodulating a little bit there, Sean. Somebody's mentioning it.
Oh, does this show the awning down here, Jeremy? Oh, right here.
Okay, so it is an awning.
If there's a volume button somewhere.
How about now? I'll just move my mic away.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
I need it back off mine.
Yeah, this will show it opening up here in a second.
That does look like a generator, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is
a little bit.
This isn't a real picture. This looks drawn, so don't. I think the background might be real.
Yeah, it definitely looks 3D.
That's
generated.
That's CGI.
Well, that's your basic setup. Put everything in there you want, and then I still have room in my truck bed.
There's your ice box. Yeah, but that's a trailer for up north. It's not for down here in Texas during the summer.
Why not?
I don't know. That might.
I don't know. I'm 54 years old. I did my share of.
I think Jeremy. I think Jeremy would question that since he lives in Wiley.
Well, if you take it up north in the mountains, yeah, perfect.
Why north? What's wrong with this one? I don't understand.
You could easily do that here off the lake.
Yeah, Scott's talking about the guy that was at our Go Kit Challenge. He actually had a generator or light trailer. It was a light trailer. Didn't have the lights and the tower on there, but he put grills on there. He had a tent on top. He did it all from scratch. He even had a little Traeger in there too.
Yeah, there's so many options, and finding what you want in the price range. At least there are a lot of options, so you can, find what you want and all that. But, yeah, it's not. If I'm not sure if Bricker's talking about this looking top heavy. They really aren't top heavy because when you fold this thing down, it's hard to even tell there's a tent up there.
Well, and plus there's stabilizers right there by the tire that are splayed out a bit.
Yeah,
true.
You level it out. That's what you saw earlier in the thought was suspension, probably those stabilizers.
Yeah, the airbag stabilizers, yeah.
No, these posts, these metal, whatever these are. Got room for a camp, cook stove, gear.
Feet, yeah.
Battery pack, fuel tanks. I know he had fuel tanks in his. So, yeah, very cool. I like it. And it's the size that I could actually, I can't remember exactly or not. I might have to take the tent off. I don't remember. Or get a lower one. to fit it in my garage for now. But anyway, a lot of options. I look forward to. I look red again. I look forward to. Yeah, that's true. We want the dogs up there. They might have to sleep in the truck bed. So here was the last thing I'll show that I got. I just liked how it looked, and I had to get it. And I just like the way it looked. So this is Mooks, I guess, is the brand.
Oh, I like the
Wooks.
leather.
Wooks, leather collar, leather here, nice solid snaps. Like this is not cheaply made snaps. And then it's got the handle and heavy steel ending here that you can hit something with if you needed to. Break some
Nice.
ice, maybe.
Bill,
I don't
have a
know.
good night. You had quite the trip.
Good night, Bill. Get some rest.
Good night, Bill.
He's listening, but he's not watching.
So yeah, that was the last thing I got. And this, the table that was selling this, and actually I think it was this shirt I got on too. They were giving away a trailer similar to that woolly mammoth or woolly bear. They were giving away an e-bike, similar trailer to the woolly bear, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll buy a couple things here and get. I think it was every $1 gave you 4 entries, or every $4 gave you an entry, or something like that. I can't remember.
So you're trying to say you brought home a new trailer?
I wish my temporary problem would be solved. So,
That only works on radios. It doesn't work on other stuff.
yeah, 45. There was a guy there that makes knives and axes. I should have taken a photo. He's got a couple Celtic knot looking Viking looking axes that were for sale, but those were $250. So I wasn't going to buy those. Handcrafted looking nice.
Yeah, I think I would like a Viking axe.
Well, that's basically Moore Expo. If you like, hanging out, camping with the guys and overlanding and this kind of stuff, looking at campers and off-roading equipment and gear. And they have classes too for recovery classes. And they even had one, and I forgot about it, but showing you how to, a car that's flipped over on its roof, how to pull it, how to bring it, recover it fully back on wheels. And they had a couple of after parties with some bands and things like that. But it was fun. I again, mostly I do it to kind of hang out with the guys, and like Huntsville and Dayton, I end up socializing and more than I do anything else. But we had a good time. So I'll try to put a video together of everything. And then I did, unfortunately, I did a time lapse on the way there, and I had it set wrong. I thought I had it set for over a 5-hour period. Take a picture every 30 seconds. It was a 5-minute video. Oh, it went quick. It was done in the first 50 miles, I think. Then I did a time lapse on the way back. So we'll see how that turned out. But anyway.
Very cool.
Thank you for reminding me, Frank, because I needed to copy that back in again. I had the page pulled up to remind myself, but I didn't have it copied. And now it is. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. I didn't want to not stream, but I didn't want to stay too long, so we're going to go ahead into here at the hour. Wilderness. All right. You guys got anything coming up this week on your channels? Getting Out in Life and what WTF Radio?
I could talk about what's happened.
Or what's happened?
Yeah. So Wednesday, I did not publish anything, but Wednesday, we did the annual Medal of Honor where we pretty much shut down freeways during rush hour to escort Medal of Honor recipients from DFW Airport all the way to Gainesville. And Sean was working as the alternate net control, was at the Emergency Operations Center for that. I was in the route driving a unloaded F550 truck. We usually take an F350, but the vehicle a few months ago blew its engine out, and Ford was wanting $7,000 to diagnose why. And so that's at auction now. So, but we took the F550, Had some interesting issues. Now they're very, very bouncy. You're going down the road, it's like the whole time if you don't have a load on it. And so we have a cabinet that's on the back that's a radio stack, so we can link different radio systems together, whether it's like VTAC with ATAC and things such as that in the public safety realm. And but we also have our amateur radio that's back in that same cabinet. We kept losing connectivity, so we put in a backup radio real quick, and I climbed up on there, pulled a muscle doing it, but climbed up on there, put a big magnet antenna on the toolbox in the back because those roofs are aluminum, so you can't do it there. And everything worked. We're like, yes, we got amateur radio back in there because I kind of coordinate between the amateur radio and the public safety radio sitting in the passenger seat in the route. Well, then we turned the light bars on, the warning lights, and then we discovered that we lost our radio again. And so we got called out into the deal, and we're just like, what is going on? And before we turned the light bar on, I talked to Gerald, says, the light bar on? It's real faint looking. Well, it was the radios that was energizing the light bar. So we discovered that we shut the lights off, the emergency lights off, and when we did that, all of a sudden the radios came back. So guess what light bar is going in the trash? But I would say that was probably one of the easiest and smoothest Medal of Honor processions. And we've done it for 15, 20 years now. I want to say that was one of the easiest ones I have ever experienced myself. Very little issues. I mean, we had a police chase during 1 year, right in the middle of it all. So you can imagine how fun that was. But I usually don't film those because there is some security issues, and I just don't want to accidentally put something in the video that really shouldn't be in the video. So, but we only had 120 motorcycles in the Patriot Guard that trailed us this year. It's been as big as 300 to 400 of those motorcycles. So
I think 1 year it was 500.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were like 9 to 10 miles long the whole procession.
That's normal. This was maybe a mile, maybe 2.
So Saturday, Sean and I were actually together, not separate, and we did the Texas State Parks in the Air. Not Texas State Parks in the Air. Yes,
Texas
State Parks in the Air. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something else, which is which predates POTA. T-SPOTA has been around before POTA was, before National Parks in the Air. And good question, James. The vehicle belongs to the county, and it's emergency management. That's why they need the light bars. Whether they're emergency bars or even the amber ones on some of the vehicles. So that's why we have light bars on there. But we did T-SPOTA. I did a little recap video, 18 minutes long, and got quite a few views on it already. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I was pretty worn out this Saturday. I'm sure Sean was too, but we had some fun.
It was a good day.
So
good food, good people.
Awesome.
But if we have a ham event going, usually the following Sunday, I'll have a recap video on there. So, so that's what's going on my channel. So.
Very cool. If we've missed anyone's question or comment that you wanted to have addressed, put that in the chat here before we end so we can address those. But all right. Anything else, Sean?
If you guys saw my video today, I'm gonna be stepping back for a little while. So other than just kind of making appearances here and or some other places, I'm gonna be radio silent for a little bit. Hopefully not too long, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
I did take a break for 3 or 4 weeks, and it's easy as YouTubers to get burnout. It's also easy. Life kind of starts getting in your way sometimes. You know, we still have our lives to live, and they can throw you a curveball every now and then. So,
All right. Well, guys, thanks everyone for joining in, and thanks for the conversation and for listening and for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. And look for WTF.radio, REYDIO, and getting out on live channels as well. Subscribe to those if you haven't. Most of the people I see chatting, I think, have already subscribed to all of us. So I don't know.
Yeah. There might be a couple that I don't see, but
if not, or if you're watching this on replay, check out their channels. And next week I believe, is the fourth. 2, 3.
Yep.
Next week is the fourth Sunday, so we'll be doing a merge live stream again with Live Free and Ham Group, and Eric and 1JUR is in charge of the topic. So we'll see what he brings for us next week.
Oh, joy! It's gonna be fun.
Yep. Until then, everyone, stay prepared in 73s.
73. Bye, y'all.